So hello everybody, and you're very welcome to this, our second virtual open day for 2021. Given the current circumstances and I suppose the conditions in which we're all presently living in, I hope you're all safe and well. And I hope we're all looking forward to a much better summer and autumn ahead. So in this particular session, what I'd like to do is I'd like to briefly outline some of the key features of the social sciences program available at NUIG here. The social sciences program is a denominated degree program that comes under the auspices of the College of Arts, Social Sciences and Celtic Studies. And it has been in operation since 2017. So it's a very relatively new contemporary program of interest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a couple of slides. So I'm going to turn off my, my video here for a moment, and I'm going to share some slides and hopefully enlighten you as to what the program offers for students entering the university. Perhaps the first thing to do, of course, is to introduce myself. So my name is Dr. Mike Hines. I'm a lecturer here in the School of Political Science and Sociology, and I'm also the director of the BAS program, or the Social Sciences program. This particular program was a number of years in development, and during that time, one of the key things that was reflected to us, particularly from prospective employers, was that many of the social science graduates exiting university at this moment in time need to be much more contemporary in nature. We are very reflective of what happened in the past, but we must have a stronger focus on the here and now and also into the future. So that is one of the key selling points for this particular program, is the contemporary nature of what you will undergo over 4 years. So maybe to begin, we'll have a look at the environment here in the university. So at the moment, there's about 18,000 students enrolled at NUIG. And really importantly, we have a significant alumni worldwide. And these are ex-graduates from the university who have really excelled in their careers. They've become an extremely important resource for the current crop of students, and we often draw upon the expertise of our alumni and also the opportunities that arise from their connection to university here. NUIG is ranked in the top 1% of universities in the world, and since 2005, there's been significant investment in both buildings and infrastructure right across the university. A really important figure there is the one in the middle. NUIG is one of Ireland's top universities for graduate employability. So the vast majority of graduates at NUIG are either go on to postgraduate or further educational opportunities, or begin their careers shortly after exiting the university. So let's ask a couple of fundamental questions about this particular program. One of the first ones, obviously, would be, what is the study of the social sciences? So the social sciences is really the study of society and how we organize as a society, and indeed the manner in which people behave towards others, and also how we influence others and indeed the world around us. It tells us about the world beyond our immediate experience, and it can explain how our own society works by looking at issues such as equality, employment, how people vote, why they vote in a particular way, development, wealth, poverty, homelessness. These are all significant issues of concern for the social sciences. There's also a very strong focus on the applied nature of social sciences, and that allows us to equip students with practical research skills in addition to focusing on their career development and readiness, and indeed further educational opportunities. So applied learning is very much about giving students the real practical skills in designing, conducting, and disseminating research. But more importantly, in real terms, it's about applying what you learn in the classroom into a real world context and having that evidence to prove it. It's about being able to sit across the table from a prospective employer and saying, not only have you learned all these social scientific skills and understandings in the classroom, but you're absolutely being able to produce that evidence in the form of either your work internship or some element of research that you performed as an undergraduate student. In that way, the prospective employer knows that you're able to apply what you learned in the classroom into a real world context. Another significant selling point is the idea of this interdisciplinary approach that we use within the university here, and particularly with regard to this program. So what is interdisciplinarity? It really allows for the synthesis of ideas from different and diverse disciplines, schools, and perspectives, because many of the challenges that we face as a society today, whether they be transport, food, energy, health, these cannot be solved by a single worldview, field of science, or technology. So it's really important that we get different perspectives feeding in to the idea of challenges that face the world today. Here's some of a couple of questions you may have yourself from the outset. Do you need to have any prior knowledge about the subjects? The simple answer to that is no. Of course, it will help in some shape, but we assume that every student is at a particular level, and from that, we develop those skills in the various programs that you're introduced to. What types of support are available if you're struggling? I'll speak to that in a moment or two. But that third question, will the approach to learning be different, is a very important question. And it's a real understanding of the transition you will need to make from secondary to university level. Once you enter university, you do so as a young adult. And with that adulthood comes levels of responsibility that you must adhere to. So no longer will people be chasing you for your work. That is your responsibility. So you as a student have a number of obligations. And here's just one or two. The first is really important. You must treat your study as a full-time commitment. If you do not put in the effort, you will fall behind in your various modules and subjects. So having that mindset from the very get-go of a full-time commitment will allow you to excel. Indeed, lectures, tutorials, workshops, seminars, they are all mandatory. It's not within your gift to pick and choose what you turn up to. Again, in the absence of turning up to these, you will not excel and you will fall behind. The third point there is really important. You must get a focus on your own learning and not just on pleasing the lecturer, tutor, or anybody else. Indeed, those closest to you, your family, your friends, will know when you really take control of your own learning. They will see that fire of discovery burning within you. And they won't need convincing that you really have grasped that focus on your own learning and personal development. The fourth point there is you are entering into an environment that is respectful at all times. So you must show that respect when dealing with teaching staff, fellow students, the admin staff, and all the support staff that you will come in contact throughout your university life. And it's really important that you understand that university life isn't purely about your academic development. You are a young adult developing into life, and you need to find your own patch with regards to that. One of the key ways you will do that is very much the network you will develop in university. In years to come, the people that you will socialize with during your university life will be the same people that you will leverage for help when you need it. They will be the people you will reach out to when you're looking for work, when you're looking to change jobs, when you're looking for advice. So the network you build in university will be the network that you will depend upon in your careers ahead. So when you register as a student on campus here, where do you get your information about subjects and lectures? The Blackboard Portal is the main method of communications between the program team, your lecturers, your tutors, your workshop leaders, your seminar leaders, and all first-year students. All the information you will need to succeed in university will be contained within the Blackboard Portal. So you would simply enter your student number and a designated password. And once you enter Blackboard, all your subjects, all your modules will be contained therein. In each of these areas, you will get all the information you will need to succeed in that particular module, whether that be your readings, your lecture notes, other additional materials of note. Everything that you will need to succeed will be contained within Blackboard. Indeed, all the work that you will submit will be submitted through the Blackboard system. So this is your main form of communication. In addition to that, students are assigned a unique student email account. And through that account, you will get all the information that you will need about the university in the wider context. So all the activities, all the workshops, all the events that are happening on campus, you will be notified through your email account. Indeed, that is the only form of communications that you will use when contacting your lecturer, your program leaders, or your fellow students. And this is your login portal for your email account, which again is something that you will become extremely used to over time and as you progress through your years of university life. To return to the supports that are available to students, we are all human and we will all run into difficulties from time to time. If those difficulties are academic in nature, well, then there's a host of supports available to students, from the Academic Writing Centre to digital skills. These are a host of supports available to students to allow you excel during your university years. But we are human. And from time to time, we just hit some stumbling blocks, whether they be personal, whether they be medical. All of these are part of the existence of the university in many respects. So counseling services, medical services, religious services, they're all available on campus to support students throughout their years and throughout their development into adulthood. So let's go back to this particular program again, the subjects that are involved and the careers available to graduates afterwards. Here's some of the key facts with regards to this particular program. The CAO code there is GY123. Number of places is normally around the 40 mark. And of course, the duration is 4 years. The CAO points for last year came in at 358. I'm anticipating a rise this year because of the interest in the program, but I'm not anticipating a significant rise. And here's the subjects over the 4 years that you will be engaging in. In year one, students are given a really fundamental, broad understanding of the social sciences. This is the basis from which you will build upon over the coming years. You will get a unique introduction to the social sciences in where the class interacts with many of the issues that social sciences in the contemporary 21st century grapple with. You will also receive the introduction to both sociology and political science, as well as some of the key areas of geography, including human geography and physical geography. In addition, you will also be given a module in Introduction to Economic Policy. Two additional modules that are unique to this particular program are both digital citizenship in semester 1 and digital skills for the social sciences in semester 2. In the contemporary world, it's very much a digital information world. But much of the debate around how that world is organized, we've never had as a society. For digital citizenship, we'll begin those discussions. We'll begin to see what the digital age contributes to society, and indeed, maybe some of the darker elements of a digital world. By knowing these and by spotting these, we can then really point to the issues that are most of need to us as a society. In the second semester, digital skills will allow you to interact with many of the applications and softwares that will allow you to excel as a social scientist. In year 2, you'll delve further into subjects in sociology, political science, and geography. In addition to that, you will have a number of unique modules, including sustainability and also the cooperative learning and group research methods. This, in fact, is a residential field trip, which is usually held abroad, overseas, mostly in a European city. This really allows students to observe and also interact with many of the features that make cities successful, and also some of the issues that cities are grappling with in the contemporary 21st century. Year 3 is mostly focused on a second semester work internship. That said, in the first semester, you have a number of modules that prepare you for that work placement. Indeed, that work placement is in an area of your particular desire and expertise. So the work placement is somewhere where you see your future career going. Finally, in year 4, students again select from a range of different modules and focus on a particular career pathway. And in addition to that, you're paired with an academic supervisor to undertake a significant research project. The 4 areas that we have sort of outlined here are not exclusive, but in many ways, this is what prospective employers are looking for from their social science graduates. So what are those careers? We've broken them into 4 segments, but again, these are not exclusive. Indeed, many social science graduates end up in really diverse careers, in really challenging but rewarding careers as well. One of these blocks is inevitably the environmental social studies. So you can see there from teaching to all the different areas of environmental social studies. This is a growing market almost for graduates, and particularly social science graduates. The second one there is culture, creativity, and entrepreneurship. In many ways, that's traditional business and industry. Entrepreneurship, innovation, all of that comes from engaging in creativity, engaging in culture, and in understanding the society in which we live. The third one there, politics, society, and identity, is one where we encourage students who have an interest in this area to get more involved in politics and decision making. Indeed, built within that whole area is areas like journalism, media, probation services, criminology. These are all areas of significant graduate opportunities for social science graduates in the contemporary 21st sense. The traditional area for community development, for social work, that of course is always available to graduates as well. Indeed, in addition to that, you have things like rural development, urban design, and change management. These are all areas, again, of significant opportunity for social scientists. So social science graduates in many respects end up in really diverse careers. And indeed, many of the world leaders all come from social science backgrounds. So it's always important to bear that in mind. The value of social sciences is really appreciated by those who experience it at firsthand. So it's always important that we strive to produce more social science graduates and to offer those opportunities to those graduates. So with that, I'm hoping that you enjoyed the day, and that if you have any other questions that you'd like to ask me, please do through the Pubble system. And if not, of course, you can contact me directly at any stage through my email account. Best of luck for the rest of the day.